Welcome back on my YouTube channel. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. So today's videos, in today's videos, we are learning about metals and non-metals. This is the class 10th chapter. So let's start. First of all, metals. Metals a type of solid substance that is usually hard and shiny surface, and it is the good conductor of electricity. It means it having a shining surface as well as it electricity is passes into the substance, solid substance, hard substance, that is called metals. Then non-metals. Non-metals are the substance which having lack of characteristics of metals. These are dull and soft and don't have shining surface, don't having a malleable property, that are called non-metals. What are the physical properties of metals? Metals are solids, hard surface, shining surface. Metals are malleable. It means it can be beaten into thin sheets. What are the malleable meaning of malleable? It can be beaten into the thin sheets. Malleable, it means it can be converted into the, it can be beaten into the thin sheets. Then metals are ductile. It means it can be drawn into the wires. It can be drawn into the wires. What is the meaning of ductile? It can be drawn into the wires. Metals have high melting point, boiling point, and metals are good conductor of electricity. So it means its conductivity is higher and resistivity is lower. Conductivity is higher. It means most of wires are made of metals like copper and aluminium, because electricity easily pass, current easily pass, and its resistance is very low. Metals are good conductor of electricity. Metals are sonorous because it produce sounds when it is put on the, it can be beaten with the hammer, it produce sounds. Then properties of non-metals. Non-metals are maybe solid, liquid or gases. Metals are soft. Non-metals are soft except diamond. Non-metals are not do not have luster except iodine cluster. It does not have shining surface. It are not, these are not malleable. These are not ductile. Non-metals which are solid, liquid, have low melting point, low boiling point. Metals having high melting or boiling point, but non-metals having low melting or boiling point. Non-metals are bad conductor of electricity. Non-metals are bad conductor of electricity, bad conductor of heat as well as electricity. Non-metals are not sonorous because it does not produce any sound, because most of metals are liquid in state. Next are chemical properties. What are the chemical properties? Because what we have get when these are reacted with different substance, like first of all, reaction with oxygen. When metals react with oxygen, it produce metal oxide like copper oxide, aluminium oxide, sodium oxide, that are the oxides. When copper is heated, metal react with oxygen to form metal oxide. When copper is heated, it combine with oxygen to form copper oxide. Then this is the balanced reaction. This is the another reactions. Some metals show metal oxide are mostly basic. Some metals oxide show acidic and basic property. They are called amphoteric oxide. Usually see, some metal oxide are basic oxide because they react with water to form bases. Some metals oxide are basic. These are the reactions which are showing the formation of base. Then some metals oxide show basic as well as acidic property. They are called amphoteric oxide, like aluminium oxide, zinc oxide. Next is reactivity of different metals reactivities of different metals with oxygen is different. So metals like potassium and sodium react vigorously with the oxygen and catch fire if it kept in open, so it can be stored. There is a question in the NCERT book, why metals are potassium and sodiums are kept into the kerosene oil, because if it kept into the open, it react with the oxygen and catch fire. If magnesium is heated, it burns into the bright flame. If iron is heated, it glow brightly. If copper is heated, it does not burn but form a black coating of copper oxide. Silver and gold does not react with oxygen even at high temperature. Silver and gold does not react with oxygen. Some metals like magnesium, aluminium, zinc, lead, etc. form an oxide layer, so it prevents further oxidation. So these metals are called self-protecting metals. There is the question is, what are the self-protecting metals? Magnesium and aluminium, zinc and lead. Next is reaction with water. Metal react with water to form metal oxide or metal hydroxide and hydrogen. So it gives in each case hydrogen gas. There is a one characteristics is metal react with water to form metal oxide. This is a reaction, so hydrogen gas is evolved. So basic is all reactions, main is hydrogen gas. Next is the reactivity of different metals with water is different. Sodium and potassium react violently with cold water to form sodium hydroxide and hydrogen and catches fire. Calcium reacts less violently with water to form calcium hydroxide and does not catch fire. Magnesium reacts with hot water to form magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen. Metal like aluminium, aluminium, iron, zinc only react with steam to form metal oxide and hydrogen. Metal like lead, copper, silver and gold do not react with water. Lead, copper, silver, gold do not react with water. Next is reaction with acids. Metals react with dilute acid to form salt and hydrogen gas. These are the metals: magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron. It react with acid HCl and form magnesium chloride plus hydrogen gas. So main is metal react with dilute acid to form salt and hydrogen gas. So it can be for the above metals are decreasing order of reactivity. So metals are aligned according to their reactivity. Magnesium is more reactive than aluminium, then zinc or then iron. Next is reaction of metal with metal salt solution. If metals are react with a more reactive metals displace a less reactive metals from the salt solution. It is like a displacement reaction. Metal displace with the least reactive metal. Like magnesium is higher reactive than copper, so it displace it. So MgSO4 plus copper. There is zinc is more reactive than copper, so it displace the copper. Next is the chemical properties of nonmetals. So first is reaction with oxygen. Nonmetal react with oxygen to form non-metallic oxide. Non-metallic oxide like sulfur is heated with oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. When carbon is heated with oxygen, form carbon dioxide. Reaction with oxygen. Reaction with water. Generally, metals do not react with water, so they are non-metals are stored in water because it do not react with these metals do not react with the water, so it can be kept into the can be stored into the water. Next is reaction with acid. Non-metals do not react with acids. Next is reactivity series. So arranging of metal in the decreasing order of their reactivity is called reactivity series of metal. So these are the highly reactive metals, these are the least reactive, moderately reactive, and these are the least reactive metals. So it can be aligned according to in the decreasing order. How we can learn it? There is a trick. With the help of this trick we can learn this reactivity series and easy to remember. How we can learn? Please stop calling me cute zebra in the library. Hydrogen as it is yaad rakhna. Then call me something good please. Please stop calling me a cute zebra in the library. Hydrogen as it is. Call me something good. You can learn from please. You can learn as it can be divided into three categories. First is highly reactive, second is moderately, third is low reactivity stage. So learning way is that please stop calling me a cute zebra. From P, potassium. Stop S, sodium. Calling C, calcium. Me, M, magnesium. A, aluminium. C, carbon. Zebra from zinc. In the iron. L for lead, hydrogen as it is. Then C for copper, M for magnesium, manganese, S for silver, G good for G for gold. Please platinum. So please stop calling me cute zebra in the library. Hydrogen as it is. Call me something good please. Potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, carbon, zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen, copper, manganese, something from silver, gold, platinum. Then is first extraction of metal low in the activity series. How we can extract those metals whose reactivity is very low. Metals which are low in the activity series can be reduced to the metal by heating a presence of oxygen. How we can extract the metals which are lying into the low reactivity series? By simply the metals are heating in the presence of oxygen. This process is called roasting. There is HGS plus O2 heating process, then it converted into the HgO into O2, then further heating 2Hg plus O2. So in the second reaction copper is obtained is also by heating a metal in the presence of oxygen. This process is called roasting. Next is extraction of metal in the middle of activity series. Those metals which are lying to the which having moderately reactivity. Then these are metals like zinc, iron, lead are found as oxide, sulfide and carbonate ores. So it can be converted into the oxide. So non-oxide ores are converted into oxide form before reduction. Non-oxide ore can be converted into oxide by roasting. This process is called calcination or roasting. Roasting process is the metal is heat up in the presence of oxygen is called roasting. Metals are heated in the absence of oxygen is called calcination. Then these are two processes showing the reaction roasting or calcination. Zinc sulfide plus O2 goes to zinc oxide into sulfur dioxide. Then this is the zinc. Then calcination in the absence of oxygen. roasting in the presence of oxygen, calcination in the absence of oxygen. It is used to convert sulfide ores into oxide form. Next is extraction of metal at the top of activity series. Those metals whose reactivity is very high, and in this there is metals like potassium, sodium, calcium, aluminium cannot be obtained from their ores by simply heating. It can be, there is a process used for obtaining the metal from their ores. This process is called electrolytic reduction. Electrolytic reduction. This is the main important question. What is the electrolytic reduction? Then when electrical current is passed through a molten sodium chloride and sodium metal is deposited at the cathode and chlorine gas deposited at the anode. So electrolytic reduction, metals are obtained, those metals which are highly reactive can be obtained by cannot be obtained by simply heating or reducing. It can be obtained by electrolytic reduction. How do metals and non-metals react? Metals lose electrons and non-metals gains electrons. So metals are called electropositive element because they lose electron and become positive ions, and non-metals which are gaining electrons become negative ions. As you can see example, sodium electronic configuration, atomic number of sodium is 11, so its configuration is 281, so it can lose one electron. And there is a chlorine whose atomic number is 17, so its configuration is 287, so it can gain one electron. So there is Na positive and Cl negative because chlorine gain electron and sodium lose electron. So then formation of sodium chloride molecules, how we can form? There is an important question in the examination. There is a question of question arise like dot structure or orbital structure which show the formation of sodium chloride molecules. As you can see, it can lose one electron and it gain one electron. So electron configuration, outer 7 is called valence electron, 1 is called valence electron. Those electrons which are present into the outermost shell of the orbit of the atom is called there is 2 electron, there is 8 electron. The second shell of the sodium is fully filled and outermost shell there is only 1 electron, so it can lose this one electron. So it can give 1 electron and chlorine need of 1 electron so to fulfill their outermost shell and be stable. So Cl negative arise, so Na positive, Cl negative, because Na give the 1 electron to chlorine to complete their orbit shell. There is magnesium. In the magnesium, electronic configuration is 2a2 because atomic number is 12. 2a2. There is 2 valence electrons, so it can donate 2 electrons. And there is a chlorine, it needs 1, so 2 atoms of chlorine can receive the 2 electrons. So there is MgCl2 because magnesium donate 2 electrons and this atom of chlorine need 1, this atom need 1, so there is an atom of 2 chlorine atom is used to complete the orbital shell formation of MgCl. This is result of formation of magnesium chloride molecules. because there is two electron which in the magnesium orbit can donate 2 electrons. What are the ionic compounds? Ionic compounds are compounds formed by transfer of electron from a metal to a non-metal. This is the bond which are mostly formed by sharing of electron. Metals give the electron, non-metal receive the electron, so there is sharing of electron. Then what kind of bond is formed? That is called ionic bond. And those compound which are formed ionic bond is called ionic compounds. Properties of ionic compound is they are formed of transfer of electrons, made up ions. These are crystalline solids. These having high melting or boiling point, soluble in water but insoluble in organic solvent like petrol, kerosene. They conduct electricity. Next is occurrence of metals. Some metals, gold, silver, are found in the free state in the earth crust, so they are least reactive. Most of metal are found in the form of oxide, carbon, sulfide. So minerals that are occur in naturally inside the earth crust is called minerals. Ore is the minerals from which metal can be extracted. It is the minerals, ore is the minerals from which metal can be extracted, is called ore. Gangue, it is the impurity present in the ore like rock particle, sand particle, clay particle is called gangue, or matrix, also called matrix. Any metal does not exist in the pure form. It can have lots of impurity, so it is the all process to extract a pure metal. So how we can extract? First is the concentration of ore, reduction of metal, refining. So how we can by electrolytic reduction, how metal can be extracted by the ores? There is a different process. First is roasting, calcination, and next is electrolytic reduction. It is based upon their reactiveness, as we can study in the previous slides. So step involved in the extraction of metal from their ores. So ores can be divided on the basis of their reactivity. First is metal highly reactivity. It can be divided into 3 categories. First is highly reactivity, second is medium reactivity, and third one is low reactivity. So those metals which having high reactivity can be converted into the pure metals by electrolysis, and metals are medium reactivity. It can be converted into further to carbonate or and sulfides ore. Those metal having carbonates or can be converted by calcination. Metals is heated in the absence of oxygen is called calcination, and when metal is heated in the presence of oxygen is called roasting. Then after calcination and roasting, it is converted into the oxide of metals and further reduction of metals and then refining. Then there is a metal of low reactivity, can be converted into the sulfide ore, then roasting, then metal, then refining. This is a step involved in the extraction of metals from their ores. Then refining of metals. This is a process of removal of impurity from the metal to obtain a pure metal is called refining of metal, and the common method is used for electrolyting refining. It is a process to remove the impurity from the metals. In this method, we take a block of impure metal is made as a anode, and a thin sheet of pure metal is made as a cathode. The electrolyte is a salt solution of the metal to be purified. For example, this is in the electrolyting refining of copper. A block of impure copper is made as anode. This is the anode, and thin sheet of pure copper is made as cathode. The electrolyte is acidified by copper sulfate solution. When electric current is passed by this battery through the electrolyte, the pure copper from a node is deposited at the cathode. So whole impurity settle down as anode mud. This is whole impurity settle down is known as anode mud. Then what is corrosion? Corrosion is damage caused to metal due to reaction of metal with oxygen, moisture, carbon dioxide. For example, outer surface of the iron is damaged by the reaction with the moisture with the water. So outer layer of iron get damaged. This process is called corrosion. Formation of brown coating of rust over the iron. This is example. Formation of black coating of silver sulfide over silver. This is a corrosion. How we prevent corrosion? Applying grease, applying paint. Coating with zinc is called galvanization. Tining, coating with tin. Electroplating by alloying. What is alloy? Alloy is a homogeneous mixture of metal with the other metal or non-metal. Like steel is the mixture of iron and carbon. Stainless steel is a mixture of iron, carbon, cobalt and nickel. Brass, copper and zinc. Bronze, copper and tin. Solder, lead. Tin used for welding electrical wire together. If one of the metal is an alloy is mercury, then it is called amalgam. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon.